Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel. It's Emma here from SoulSync Expression, and I've already pulled the oracle cards for your February love reading, so I'm going to go through these oracle cards and then we'll get straight into the tarot. So with Blessed, this card kind of talks about that in February there might be a deepening of intimacy. It also feels like the connection is divinely guided, or it will bring some sort of major transformation and beauty in the world. And a more important message, it says to create a deeper intimacy within yourself and within spirit, basically, or God, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it, and that will bring you blessings. So with South Node, this card talks about not letting the past hold you back. So your own thoughts and perceptives or your values are holding you back, and your current situation in your relationship could be suffocating, or, and I'm sorry to say, but sometimes even toxic. Not my words, the words of the card. And then there is also some sort of unhealthy attachment which needs to be released. So it talks about just making the changes, even if it's outside of your comfort zone, that's needed. And then with Fox Spirit, so it says think on your feet. It basically talks about you needing to move swiftly and adapt to any changes quite gracefully, and that you need to use your judgment to slip into a more advantageous situation, and also just don't hesitate and just make that move. Basically accept that change and make that move, adapt to it. So far I'm getting that things you need to kind of connect within, but that you will bring blessings to yourself. You just also need to make sure that you don't focus on the past, that you release your own thoughts or thinking of a certain situation, and that maybe there's some sort of unhealthy attachment that you need to work on, and then make that change and make it gracefully and adapt. So I want to ask your partner's energy for the month of Feb, please. So we have the 10 of Cups. And then what is your energy for Feb, please, Gemini? Okay, so we have the Tower as your energy. So with these energy cards, I'm actually just pulling them for what each of your energies are for the month of Feb in general. It doesn't necessarily need to relate to the relationship, it's just the energy in general for each person. So for your person, the 10 of Cups is very kind of, they could be very positive and excited and very happy in the month of Feb. There's pretty much nothing else to say about that. That card is just about complete happiness or focused on family, that type of thing. With the Tower then, so the Tower is usually some sort of unexpected change. So you could be going through some sort of change and you could be confused, maybe hurt. But it is a force of change due to resisting change previously. So it's kind of like the universe is, the Tower always comes out when the universe has been trying to like nudge you towards this change, nudge you, gentle warning, and when you keep resisting that change, the Tower happens, where it's the universe forces you to make this change because it is for your best good. So first thing I want to ask is the situation between you and your person, Gemini, for Feb, please. Okay, so we have the 5 of Wands. Let's clarify that. Okay. And we have the 10 of Swords clarifying that. So with the 5 of Wands as a situation, so if you are single, it's just generally conflict, or you could be competitive with your potential person. You could also have a difference of opinions, or your personalities are clashing, which is causing some sort of tension between you guys in February. If it's your current partner, then it could again be ongoing conflicts. You see how they're all fighting there, so it could be ongoing conflicts, or maybe even just disagreements, which is causing some sort of tension. You just need to be open and understanding, and communication is needed now. If it's your ex, then there could be some sort of residual conflict or a competition or a disagreement, and you just need to find closure and peace by facing the conflicts and working through them. And then with the 10 of Swords clarifying that, so you're both extremely hurt and you could feel betrayed, and there could have been some sort of painful ending. This is an opportunity for really deep healing. So although the energy is not nice right now, it really is an opportunity for some major healing. Just going to move these over a little bit. So I want to see how do they view you, how do they see you. Okay, so we have the Death card. That doesn't mean literal death. Well, mostly it doesn't mean literal death. But let's clarify that. And we have the Hierophant clarifying that. So with the Death card, basically if you're single, they could see you as a transformative experience, and that they're finding freedom in letting go of something. Things also could have changed very drastically between you guys recently. If it's your current person, so they could see you as bringing big changes and that it's time for a new chapter. They're in an ongoing cycle of the same emotions, and things basically need to change. Embrace the transformation and just create something better for you both. If it's your ex, then they see you as a closed chapter and they still think positively about you, but that the relationship has run its course. Then with the Hierophant, so the Hierophant clarifying that is that there's some sort of awakening, and they could see you as traditional or predictable, but they could also feel like your purpose is or was to teach them some sort of lesson. So what is Gemini's person's feelings for them in Feb, please? So we have the Five of Pentacles. And let's clarify that. You're not going to believe this, but we have the Five of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So that's basically Spirit being like, I've told you. That's what they feel. So basically, if you're single, they could feel very pessimistic or hopeless, maybe sometimes even depressed. It could have nothing to do with you. It could, but it also couldn't. But they're very guarded because they don't want to show you their negativity at the moment. If it's your person that you're in a relationship with, so they could feel at a very low point in the relationship now, and they're also viewing themselves very negatively, and they wonder if they can do anything right. It's very much a card of poor me, like self-pity type of thing. Communication is probably just needed to bring you guys or them out of this rut, but it's not your job to do that, but they do need to get themselves out of this rut somehow. And then if it's your ex, so they're probably depressed and the end of the relationship was a blow to their self-esteem. They could also feel very left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. So I want to see, how do you view your person? So we have the Six of Swords. Let's clarify that. We have the Nine of Swords clarifying that. So with the Six of Swords, basically, if you're single, you could be viewing them as someone that you can start a relationship with. If it's your current partner, then you see them as someone that you can't hold a grudge against, or you've both made mistakes and you want a healthy relationship with them going forward. If it's your ex, then you want to get back with them in a healthy relationship this time around, basically. And then with the Nine of Swords, so you could also see them as very anxious, or in a negative mindset, and they don't know how to get out of this cycle. You could also see them as trying to isolate themselves because of their issues, but you see them as overthinking, which makes it worse. They basically can't think rationally right now, and you're just seeing them in this anxious state. So I want to see your feelings. Okay, barely had to ask. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, and let's just clarify that. And we have the Four of Wands. So basically with the Knight of Pentacles, so if you're single, you feel very positively about them and you think the relationship has real potential to go somewhere. You could also want stability and security with them as well, because the Pentacles are all about that type of thing. And the Knight is just very slow moving. So if it's a current relationship, you just feel like you're stable in the relationship and you have deep feelings for them. You also want to give them stability and security, and your feelings about them won't change in the future no matter what you go through, type of thing. If it's your ex, then you still have feelings for them even though you were hurt by the breakup. You just don't want to show it. And also you want to get back with them, but you want to take things really slow, like step by step, snail pace basically. With the Four of Wands, clarifying that, so you want long-term commitment, you want stability, happiness, love, all of that with them. And you could also see them as someone that you want to marry, or that is your soulmate or twin flame, because the Four of Wands sometimes means marriage, and a lot of readers do take this as a twin flame card. So what is the blockage with you and your person in Feb, please? So blockage, we have the Three of Swords. Clarify that. And we have the Chariot, clarifying the Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords, if you're single, then it could be that the blockage would be that there's some sort of emotional baggage or unresolved feelings, and you both need to heal emotionally. If it's a current person, then there could be some sort of heartache or disappointment, or some sort of emotional pain needs to be addressed. And then if it's your ex, so you or them or they need to reflect on the pain from the past in your relationship. And then with the Chariot, clarifying that, so you could need to take charge of your issues and just be assertive, and you need self-discipline, focus, direction, that type of thing, as well as strength to get past whatever heartache happened with them. So let's see, what are their next actions or their intentions and Feb, please, for Gemini? So we have the Seven of Pentacles. Let's clarify that. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Well, moving from a 7 to an 8, there's probably progression. But the Seven of Pentacles, so if you're single, they just want to put in the effort to try and make it work. If it's your current partner, then they do recognize and appreciate all the effort that you put into the relationship, and they just want to have a continued happy relationship with you going forward. If it's your ex, then they probably want to get back with you, and they see this breakup as temporary. They do know that they need to do things differently this time though, and with the Eight of Pentacles, clarifying that, so they just want to put in the hard work for your relationship, and they want to commit to you. So these are both hard working cards and effort being put in. Okay, so let's see, any advice for you and your person. So we have the Moon. Let's clarify that, never mind. We have Temperance. So what the Moon would be as advice would be just to make sure that this person makes their intentions very clear, and that you do too. They could also be hiding something. They need to face this alone. And also the Moon is about fears, so face your fears in February with your relationship. In Temperance as well, so Temperance is basically about moderation or balance and that type of thing. So I always say everything in moderation, including moderation. So just avoid extremes at this time and focus on balance. Accept each other's flaws and just bring out the best in each other, and listen to your intuition as well, because both of these cards are about intuition. So next, I just want to get a card just for you, Gemini, of any advice that you need for Feb. So we have the card No. Wait, postpone, pause, and say no. So what this card really talks about is that saying yes to something that isn't in your alignment will only drain your energy and time. So it is kind of mimicking these energies there, that there's change coming in, and that you need to just kind of pause. And there, it could be also that it could be that telling you that, you know, it's frustrating not to take action, but that the timing is everything. The universe is always working for you when you pause and you stay in the waiting period. So it just because you're stopped in this period now and it feels like you're not moving anywhere, it doesn't mean that things aren't actually progressing. Just don't force things, and when the time is right, you'll be rejuvenated and ready to say yes and act and move quickly. So let's get some romance angels for you, for Gemini, for Feb, their love life, please. So we have stay optimistic about your love life, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. We have codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And let's get one more. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So obviously staying optimistic about your love life, it's very synchronistic with everything else that's going on. Basically you need to find yourself within of kind of bringing that love to yourself, and embracing this change. The codependency, it did talk about some sort of unhealthy attachments that you need to work on in the relationship. So you or your partner or both of you could be codependent on each other, and it's very difficult to break that, but that cycle does need to be broken. Otherwise any codependent relationship is not healthy, and you will get that tower moment if this continues. So you both need to work on wanting someone in your life rather than needing that person in your life, and finding the love within yourself. Forgiving and learning, so you do need to forgive and learn from the past and enjoy the present moments, because that will bring love into your life if you heal and release that past. And also it says again here, very synchronistic again, of don't let the past hold you back. And then retreat, so it could be, it says it's time for you to disconnect from the world. So it could be that if you're with your person, maybe you and them need to kind of retreat from other people or that type of thing. But with the codependency being here, it most likely is that you guys need to just take some space from each other at the moment, retreat, kind of heal yourselves, forgive and learn from the past, heal this codependency, stay optimistic, because, you know, positive thinking will bring whatever is needed, but that for now, there's just some space that needs to be had between the two of you. So I'm going to get some messages from your person. This could be mostly for people in separation, but let's just see what comes out. So we have finding out the truth crushed me. We have I look for you everywhere, and that came out on codependency. They have I left you before you could leave me. And that comes on forgiving and learning, so you might need to forgive them for that. And it was my fault, but I blamed you. So there could have been some sort of ending or argument or just a conflict where they just got defensive and blamed you for whatever it was, even though it was something that was one of their issues coming up. And at the bottom of the deck then we have I wish I could take back my words. So that's everything that I have for you guys today, Gemini. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you want to see more. I do want to let you know that the career readings for Feb are going to come out pretty soon, hopefully next week. But I'm also going to start doing just general weekly messages for each of you. So what's going to happen is I'm going to start that next week for the messages that are going to be for the following week. So we'll do that on a weekly basis and see how you guys like it. But anyway, thanks very much for watching and enjoy the day or night wherever you are. Take care.